when they say illegal versus legal immigration, they are trying to end legal status in the United States as well. Correct, Governor Pritzker, with the end of TPS and making people undocumented by removing legal status, ending legal status.
It's called TPS, temporary protected status. That's what it's called. That's what it is. And when these people receive those temporary status, they knew they were not here for long. That's what it's called, temporary. So obviously it has an expiration date. The moment it is expired, well, madam, well, sir, go home.
To the three of you, Governor Walz, Governor Pritzker, and Governor Hochul, you three have each sworn an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, correct? I'll start with you.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have.
Both Kamala Harris and President Biden took that same oath, yet they opened the border and allowed almost 14 million of illegal migrants to come to this country. But carry on.
And I imagine that also includes the Fourth and Fifth Amendment protections for due process and the rule of law.
It does.
Sure does.
Yes.
You know, it amazes me how all these Democrats are now talking about due process. They claim to have a problem with President Trump because President Trump is not following the due process. But back then in 1996, when Bill Clinton did exactly what President Trump is doing right now, the Democrats had absolutely no problem with that. In 1996, Bill Clinton passed a law that said, listen, if you are not a U.S. citizen, or if you do not have a green card, we do not owe you the due process. We can deport you without you seeing a judge. The Democrats were okay with that when Bill Clinton passed it. Now President Trump is literally doing the same thing. They're all crying about due process. Who are you working for? Are you working for the American people, or are you working for the illegal migrants that came to this country?
And that means protecting your people.
Your people are the American people. Your people are the American citizens. That's your people.
In your states, U.S. citizens and every individual, because that is what makes America great.
A land of the free does not mean you can just come here illegally. No, you need the proper documentation to be here. If you do not have those documentation, I'm sorry. You can't expect to be free. This does not even happen in third world country. If you go to any third world country right now without the proper documentation, they will send you back wherever you came from.
What we are seeing is a pattern where ICE is breaking the law. We have the detention of a U.S. citizen who has been detained by immigration officials. We have ICE here that has also blamed and arrested U.S. citizens for being simply suspected of being an immigrant, largely because of their appearance. In January, a Chicago-based U.S.-born citizen, Julio Noriega, was arrested by ICE and held in custody for over 10 hours.
People are being detained every day for various reasons. It's not about ICE or immigration. They come, they ask you questions, you identify yourself, and then they let you go.
Your job, Governor Hochul, is to protect people from that kind of infringement, correct?
Now, your job is to protect the American citizens that elected you. This is your job. It's not to protect people. No, your job, or at least your primary job, is to protect and serve the American people that put you in this position.
Because all of us must adhere to the law, and no one is above it. So if a U.S. citizen tries to break the law, or if an ICE officer tries to break the law, your job is to uphold the law, correct?
We absolutely uphold the laws of the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of New York.
And sanctuary states are about U.S. citizens as well having sanctuary.
No, sanctuary states are about protecting criminals. especially protecting migrant criminals. That's what sanctuary states about. If you were about protecting citizens, you would allow ICE to come to your jail to arrest those people that already received deportation notice. If you were about protecting American citizens in these sanctuary cities, that's what you would have done. Work with ICE, work with Tom Homan, Gritman, and then make it easy for them to come to your jail, take those criminals, send them back. That way, they don't have to be in the city, in the community, looking for these criminals. You are making it very difficult for your citizens because you want to protect those migrant criminals. Now, the question is, why?
There is nothing preventing ICE from issuing a warrant and you having complete compliance with their request. Correct, Governor Hochul?
Come on, maybe if Biden did not allow all these people to come in, that we could have maybe been able to follow that process. Now, when we're dealing with 10, 11, 12 million people, so you want we don't have enough judges to see 11 million people. And this is just in a period of 3 years, Biden let all these people come in. She knows what she's asking for is not even doable. And who's going to pay for all these things? The American people. Get out of here. I think we have to look at the situation in many angles. Although we know these Democrats, they're not about resolving the problem because they created the problem intentionally. Let's be real. They knew when all these people were coming in while Biden was president, they knew it was going to be impossible to remove all these people. Therefore, we cannot have these Democrats to be part of the solution. No, you created the problem. You don't get to be part of the solution. Get out of the way. But also, I think we can agree that the way ICE is doing those type of deportation, those type of raids, I think we can agree that it's probably not the most efficient way. And quite frankly, I don't know what can be the most efficient way because we're talking about 10, 15 million people, guys. So it's going to be a very big challenge for President Trump. And I think it's going to be impossible for President Trump to remove even 20% of all these people Biden let come to this country. And these people, they're going to have kids. So now supposedly the kids are going to be American citizens. So that's more votes for the Democratic Party. Disaster. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep it there. As always, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a message. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think as I continue to bring more and better content and call out all these nonsense from the Democratic Party. I see you in the next video.